everybody, and welcome to another edition of Proline. This is our college football edition, and we've got two terrific games to look at this weekend. Oklahoma State visiting Texas, Stanford U.S.C. Two big matchups on the Saturday schedule. We'll kind of break those down for you, let you know about some great specials that are taking place this weekend as well. And we'll have a couple of man-on-the-street selections, as we'll be joined by a couple of our analysts for that. Let's get things rolling with an introduction here. Sean Hess is with us this weekend. He is one of the great systems analysts of all time in our business. Sean does not sell anything. He's just here to impart some wisdom and flex his muscles.
He's selling himself, however.
Yeah,
I'm doing the best I can.
Sean is looking for a date. All right, so
I'm looking for a porn job.
Yeah, he's actually buying. Sean and myself are selling. Sean is buying. All right.
You probably don't believe this. I was a former stuntman for John Holmes. I know you guys don't believe that.
I've seen the video.
Have you seen
that was
long time ago.
Well, Sean, that wasn't John Holmes. That was Oliver Wendell Holmes that you were a stuntman for. Okay, I mean, there's a big difference.
Dave, good one. Dave, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Might have been Sherlock Holmes. It sure wasn't John Holmes. All right.
Sherlock Holmes. I think I just got overmatched here.
Who's the basketball player at Memphis? Baskerville Holmes. Maybe you were the... that's the best. That's still my favorite sports name
Dave,
of all time.
You beat me up here, Dave. You're beating me up here.
It is my favorite sports.
Wasn't Ernie Holmes, I know that.
No, my favorite sports name of all time. And there's been some good ones over the years, but my favorite sports name of all time is the former Memphis basketball player, Baskerville Holmes. Love that name.
I love that. Turn the hounds loose.
I actually was thinking of changing my name along the lines. Would have been more memorable than what I got. All right. Anyway, Smoking Dave Cokin's not too bad, I guess. And this weekend it's going to be
That's
real
a good one.
Thank you. I've got, if you've followed my plays over the years, I've got Under the Hat plays. We've got a few different level plays. Under the Hat plays are strong plays, okay? Kind of a catchy gimmick that we came up for the TV show years and years ago. And it stuck. So we still use it. And it still works, too. These are good plays. And this weekend, going to have a minimum of 4. I think you'll probably be looking more at 5 or 6. But you're going to get all my Under the Hat basketball and under the Hat football plays, college and the NFL, college and the NBA. If there happens to be one in the NHL, we'll give you that as well. You're going to get them all for $20 through Monday. All you need to do is make one phone call to 1-866-896-1629. That's 1-866-896-1629. And you'll get my Under the Hat package for $20. Also, free plays via text message every day. All you need to do is text Cokin, C-O-K-I-N, to 313131. And we'll get to Jim Feist's offer this weekend. John, it's this is going to be a big weekend because it's Jim's annual college football game of the year. This is the standout, the big one, and it's been very good the last several years.
Yeah, Jim's off a terrific weekend in all sports, 26-10. He's been red hot with college football. He's got his college game of the year going Saturday. This play is $500 online. However, if you want to get it for $100 with a bonus high roller play going tonight, just call 1-866-841-1655 for Jim's college football game of the year and a bonus play. And he's 10-3-1 since 1999 with that college game of the year, Dave.
All right. We've got, let's see. Let's go right to football. We'll get our man in the street after this. Let's go to Oklahoma State and Texas, a terrific Week 12 college football matchup. The Longhorns have absolutely played better football since the change of defensive coordinator. I think they're playing hard for Mac Brown, but they did kind of revert to earlier form last weekend at West Virginia. They were lucky to win that football game. It ends up very high scoring, and it's not like West Virginia's got a very good offense. West Virginia's quarterback is below average, and if they throw 40 at you, not so sure it's a good thing. So I think you're going to see Oklahoma State do some damage to Texas. I don't think the defense, let me put it this way, I think the defense played over its head for a few weeks, and I think that initial spurts have a tendency to go back in the other direction. I think you saw the start of it last week. So Oklahoma State looks to me to be the superior team here, and I look, it's in the number. As good as Texas has been lately, here they are, still the home underdog. I don't think it's a runaway by any means, and it probably won't end up being on my ticket. But I've just got to go better side here, and better balance, and that's Oklahoma State. I'll take the Cowboys to come through this one, Sean.
Yeah, I was looking at the same thing, David. The line I'm looking at right now, and is pretty steady, is Oklahoma State is a road favorite. Total 63.5, which tells you there'll probably be some scoring on both sides in this game. Home dog, Texas, right? 7-2 straight up, 5-4 against the number, and they've won 6 straight after a shaky 1-2 start. They've covered 4 of those last 6 games, so they are showing some life. But Oklahoma State, they're 8-1. Only loss was a real shocker, as you probably remember, to West Virginia is an 18-point road favorite. They have won and covered their last 4 straight. Oklahoma State ranked number 12 in the BCS. And, John, I believe the history is with the road team and with the favorite in this over the last 4 or 5 years. I don't see anything at all. It's a short number. I think Oklahoma State, should win this. I don't see a blowout, probably by 10 or more. It's probably not going to be on my card either day, but I would have to go with Oklahoma State if my back was to the wall, and I see it fairly comfortable win by about 10.
Yeah, the road team has covered 6 straight games in the series, although the last 27 games, Texas has won 23 of them. But here's the thing, this Oklahoma State team really balanced all season long. They were kind of more of a passing team early, then they changed quarterbacks. But they have exceptional balance. We saw their top receiver get injured last week. Didn't make any difference to showcase how good this depth is. They ended up having 8 receivers who made catches in last week's game. So, and their defense is playing very well, 20th in the country. You know, this Texas team, it's been kind of a roller coaster season. The defense was terrible in September. They had a couple of blowout losses. They have rallied around Mac Brown, playing pretty good ball the last month. But here's the thing. The defense, I still have a lot of question marks about. 51st in the nation in points allowed. And while they had a pretty good stretch defensively, last week in that win over West Virginia, they gave about 40 points, a lot of passing yards. And when these teams met last year, 41-36 final score, sailed over the total. Look at the yardage in that game. 576 for Oklahoma State, 440 for Texas. That's the way I look at this game, guy. A lot of points.
All right. Before we get to the game between Stanford and USC, we want to go to our man in the street. That's Jeff Side from LVSS, and Jeff has a free NFL total.
Thanks, guys. Got a free pick coming up in the NFL, but first get the rest of November basketball, NBA, and college, along with a pair of conference game of the months in college football. Over 2 weeks of action, only $29. Sign up early, get a bonus TV winner tonight. Call LVSS at 1-866-575-8916. Free play comes the NFL on Sunday as the Browns and Bengals meet in Cincy. Cleveland is off a bye week with a weak offense, 16th in passing, 25th in rushing, but the defense has been a big surprise, very strong up front, ranked in the top 10 against both the run and the pass. Cincinnati prefers a balanced, conservative offense and a powerhouse defense, top 11 against the run and the pass. The Bengals are 9-2 under the total against the AFC, plus 5-1 under an AFC North division play. When these teams met in September, Cleveland won 17-6, holding the Bengals to just 266 total yards, 4-14 on third down. Your free play, take the Browns and Bengals under the total. Once again, get the rest of November basketball, NBA, and college, along with a pair of conference games of the month in college football. Over 2 weeks of action, just $29. And sign up early and get a bonus TV winner tonight. Call LVSS 1-866-575-8916.
All right, Jeff, thanks a lot. Good luck this weekend. John, earlier I mentioned that people could get my free play each day on a text message by texting Cokin to 313131. They can also get Jim Feist's free play each and every day on a text message.
Yes, free play every single day right to your text phone. You just text winner to 313131. Free play from Jim Feist every day.
All right, let's put you in the leadoff spot here, John, as Stanford takes on USC. The Trojans have played good football in Red Orgeron. I thought, there was every possibility the season might completely get away from USC. It hasn't done that. They're sitting at 7-3, and I just played a good brand of football. Stanford, boy, oh boy, what a performance last weekend. A complete shutdown of the Oregon Ducks. They knocked the Ducks out of the national title picture in the process, and Stanford, I guess, probably not going to get there themselves unless they need a lot of help. But they're looking pretty good for the Rose Bowl right now. They got to keep winning as well. And this is a tough game on the road against the Trojans.
Yeah, a couple of storied programs, and you really have to be impressed with what Ed Orgeron has done with the defense. I mean, they were terrible early in the year and back in September when he was the defensive coordinator. But look at the last 4 games. They've given up 10, 3, 14, and 28 points, and that 28 was a blowout over pass-happy Cal. And, the offense, though, isn't a great offense. They got a young quarterback and sophomore Cody Kessler, 12 touchdowns and 6 picks. Not outstanding in the pass-happy Pac-12. And then the Stanford team. You want to talk about defense. Wow. This defense was expected to be top 10 in college football. They've been one of the best, 19.4 points per game. We saw what they did to that electric, incredible, high-octane Oregon attack the last game. Just shut them down. This USC team, overall, they're on a 7-3 run under the total, and home games for USC with better offenses than this one, a 35-16-1 under the total. So, Sean, that's the way I'm going to look at this one, a lower-scoring game, especially with that great Stanford defense and the running game.
Yeah, and I actually have a side on this particular game. The number, Stanford, probably 3.5 is what I saw. Total around 46, so obviously some defense is going to show up here. On the technical side, Stanford 8-1 straight up, 5-4 against the number on the bookie. The only loss was to Utah, and I was surprised they did that. They're ranked number 4 in the BCS, and I think Dave is right. They have a very good shot at the Rose Bowl. They've won and covered 3 straight, but they struggle on the road. They cover just 1 of 3 road games. Southern Cal somewhat of in a decline. This is not like the Pete Carroll days. They're 7-3 straight up, just 5-5 against the house. That loss to Washington State is a home favorite of 15.5 earlier in the year. Really gets my attention. But they have won and covered 3 straight. Here's one note. Southern Cal been a home dog just 4 times in the last 3 years, including twice last year. Haven't covered any of them. So obviously they haven't won 1. I'm going to go with Stanford in this game, and I think it will be pretty handy. I think they'll win this by about 13.
All right, before we get to our best bets, let's check in with our other man on the street, Mr. Vegas, with a free NFL pick.
Thanks, guys. Got a free pick coming up in the NFL, but first, Mr. Vegas steps up with 7 days of action in all sports for $15. You get NBA, college basketball, the NFL, college football, including his Saturday college football shocker game of the year. He's off his Sunday night NFL game of the year. That was the Saints, a 49-17 blowout. 7 days with Mr. Vegas in all sports, $15, including another game of the year winner Saturday, 1-866-896-1627. Now, last week, Mr. Vegas, free play was on the angry Seattle Seahawks. Well, the free play this week comes in the NFL Sunday as the Raiders and Texans meet in Houston. Now, that's a low total for an NFL game and a great matchup for both offenses. The Raiders can't pass the football, but they're great at running behind quarterback Terrell Pryor. And Houston is tops against the pass, but only 16th against the run. The Houston defense, the last 5 games, 34, 38, 17, 27, and 24 points, all losses. Houston, though, they have a good offense, 12th in the NFL in passing, 11th in rushing, and quarterback Case Keenum has 7 touchdowns and 0 picks. Faces an Oakland defense that is 31st against the pass. Houston is on a 7-3 run over the total, including 4-0 over the total at home indoors. Your free play on Sunday, the Raiders Texans over the total. Now remember, Mr. Vegas has 7 days of action in all sports for $15, including that college football shocker of the year going Saturday, 1-866-896-1627.
All right, time for the best bets. It can be any game on the schedule or one that we talked about. Sean, who do you like?
Stanford. Does anybody remember when they were the Stanford Indians?
Yes.
You go that far back?
I believe it's 1980.
All right, I'm going to take the Cardinal.
I think it was 1982.
It was in the 80s, you're right.
And they had to change their name.
It was, I think, in the 80s. Yeah.
But there was a...
Yeah.
That was the dawn. That was the dawn, for those of you that are too young to remember. That was the dawn of political correctness.
That's the start of it. John Elway.
There was no such thing before that.
Pretty much no such thing.
No, there wasn't. Because, and the proof of that is that, it was just a few years before that All in the Family was the number 1 rated show on TV. All in the Family could not get on the air today.
Well, that's right. It can't. It can't. In fact, I think the shows are better when you watch them as reruns.
It tells you how much we've, and I'm not going to get into political stuff here. We've actually regressed in terms of that. When you stop and realize that something that was allowable in 1970 is not allowable now. That to me is not.
Get used to it, Dave. It's going to get worse.
Not for me, because I'm going to continue to say whatever the hell I want. I don't care about political correctness. It's the nice part of it. I really don't care. Okay. But my best bet is going to be on the under in this football game between Stanford and USC. Among the games we talked about, it won't be my best bet in the whole schedule, obviously. But I think that USC is just too strong defensively. Stanford's too strong defensively for USC to do much damage. And at the same time, USC defense has definitely improved. And I think that this is going to be one of those slugfests. I don't think Stanford necessarily runs away with this football game. But 46, I got to tell you, I'm not sure USC gets more than 10 to 14 points here. So if you're looking to correlate this thing, if it goes over, I think it's going to be Stanford scoring the points. I don't think I think that's the only way this goes over the total is with Stanford doing the scoring. I'm going to prefer to stay with just the total, and I'll go on the under. Speaking of under, how about under the hat? These are plays I've promoted for the last 30 years, or whatever it is. Actually, I'll tell you what. It goes back to 1989. That's when I joined Jim. So it's 24 years, to be precise, that the under the hat plays have been in existence. And you're going to get them all this weekend. Football, basketball. If there's something in the NHL, you'll get that as well. Everything for just $20 at 1-866-896-1629. That's through Monday. All my under the hat plays in all sports for just $20. 1-866-896-1629. These are strong plays. So it's not, some just hype deal where you're going to get, that's really not that good a play. Here's something else that is. These are good plays. So make the call and get the games. 1-866-896-1629. John, Jim Feist is just off a great weekend last weekend, and the timing is perfect for his annual college football game of the year.
It sure is. We opened the show talking about some crazy names in college football. Do you guys remember Granville Liggins, who played back in the 60s?
Now, I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
You remember him?
I am impressed. I'm impressed.
My best bet on the show, I did mention the Stanford U.S.C. game under the total, which I like. I also like Stanford, so I'll do a parlay, Stanford and the under. Jim Feist has his college football game of the year going this Saturday. He's 10-3-1 with his college football game of the year since 1999. It's $500 online, but you want to get on it. Call his offices. You can get it for $100 with a bonus play going tonight, 1-866-841-1655.
All right, that's going to do it. We are done. We hope you'll take advantage of the offers this weekend. I hope you win a lot of money this weekend, which we think you'll do by taking advantage of any or all of the offers you saw here on Proline. Don't forget to check out the NFL edition of Proline as well. Meanwhile, for John Creighton and Jim Feist, for John Holmes, Sean Hess, I'm Dave Cokin. Thanks for watching and have a great week.
Sean Holmes.
Granville Hess.